All right. So accessibility,
Yeah, accessibility. It's a tough topic.
especially in 2025, you would think we'd gotten farther, but clearly not. I mean, if you look at like the internet at all, I mean, for example, look at Instagram Reels, that's not super accessible, especially for blind low vision, in that specific area. Like there's so many different platforms that are just so limited in their accessibility formats.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point. Reels are obviously like for deaf people, they're a little bit better because they have those captions.
Right, right,
But I mean, when you compare for even just the general internet for blind or visually impaired people,
right,
they just don't have half the text like
right,
render sometimes. Like
right,
sometimes the images don't have alternative text, and so you just
right,
have no idea there's an image there.
right,
Sometimes there's like three different buttons, and one is
right,
like a scam, the other one's not
right,
even a button, and then the other one's the one you actually want to press.
right.
And it's just you would think that for a product that's been invented since like 20 years ago, that it would be able to just handle all this.
Right. Like, screen
But
readers have been around for a long time. I mean, computers have been around for a long time.
right.
And so at this point, I mean, clearly the screen readers exist because there's a problem
Hmm.
that computers are inaccessible, especially to blind, low vision people.
Right.
But even then, those screen readers are outdated. They're not super easy or friendly to use. I mean, they're very limited in their customizability. They're kind of dumb, honestly. They're really dumb because they can't understand the context of their surroundings. They go to a website, they're reading verbatim, often very quickly. Like, I mean, again, people can set the speed they want to comprehend, but like it doesn't really give an overall understanding of what the website is. It just reads the text, and sometimes that's not enough. Actually, most times that's not enough because websites aren't designed by and large
Hmm.
for disabilities.
Right. And I feel like screen readers have done a great job at sort of just pushing that agenda onto the developer community. Like,
Exactly.
this isn't our fault. You just need to make your websites
Right.
more
Everyone's
accessible.
pushing it onto the other side.
Right.
The developers are saying, no, that's your job to put
Right.
in the alt text and all the other stuff. And the people who are like creating content are like, that's your job to already have that built in. And so it doesn't get done at all. And so even then, if you
Exactly.
look at like the accessibility toolkits, like the APIs on a lot of like Microsoft or Apple, like or different apps and things, they're just not there. Or the
Hmm.
little parts that are just super very. I mean, they're not helpful. They're just not helpful.
Right. And I mean, if you look at like what's actually happened in the space, you just see like a ton of websites where you can't really read the what's on the website if you're using a screen reader.
Right.
And that makes like a screen reader user very bitter, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And you think like these developers suck. They need to spend some extra time making it accessible.
Right.
But why can't it just be accessible from the get-go? Like we have all these frameworks like React and that's like the main one I'm thinking of right now. But we don't have like basic built-in screen reader accessibility,
Right.
right? You have
It's
to
not
put
there.
in extra effort. And the screen reader makers, they're not putting in extra effort to
Right.
like
Because they do. I mean, they've done all they want to do. They've
right,
kind of made it and set it and go, and they're done.
right.
And it's just not enough. And especially in like today's time, you would think with all the advances we have, like we could like it'd be reasonable to have an intelligent screen reader that like isn't and can be used and actually understands what's going on.
Right. Like I don't like this whole expect the 99% to change.
Right,
When it's like the root cause is that no, we need to improve the technology and
right,
we just have to make it better and like do its job.
right,
So, we can just say like, oh, make every website more accessible by just
right,
putting it into the developer keys. And like, yes, that is a job for that developer should take into play.
right,
But I like to think of it as like littering almost, right? Like we have littering and we pretend like it's the everyday consumer's fault for
right,
littering, but it's really like these giant corporations that are
Right.
putting out all the trash. And it's
Exactly.
like if you solve
Exactly.
that, then you solve the root problem.
Right. It's not like, random guy throws his straw into the ocean.
Hmm.
It's these companies are letting all of their trash just go in random places and it makes its way.
Exactly.
Like
And
it's
they're the
not
ones deciding to use the straw in the first place.
right.
So it's like
Right.
you can't blame everything on the individual developer who's just trying to like make his business run and
Right.
not think
Right.
about the health.
And so, like, for example, for example, if you're like a restaurant owner, like you're a small business restaurant owner, you can't be expected to, one, know how to, and two, even remember to put in some of these accessibility things when you're just trying to make a basic website to show your restaurant, you
Right.
know?
And even that can be pretty hard
Right.
to
And for people
navigate.
who are like really not tech savvy, like even to build a basic website with no accessibility is really hard.
Right.
And so to build it in, again, for the average person, isn't really normally, unfortunately, a priority or even a possibility because they just don't know how. And so it's limiting because then you look at like these website builders like Wix and things like that, and
Hmm.
they're not like, hey, let's make it more accessible. They're just like, okay, your website's done.
Right. It's
There's
like it's
no
pretty.
right, right. And that's all they
Hopefully.
care about. And so then the websites aren't very accessible to the, blind population or the deaf population or anything like that.
Right. It's just I feel like it's a really missed opportunity to just improve these products that have been the same throughout their lifetime,
Exactly.
but we just expect everyone else to change around them. So it's
Exactly.
kind of unfortunate.
Exactly. Something new needs to come in and just kind of wipe away all
Mm,
of that,
yeah.
not be locked into the constraints of HTML.
No, but if you ever see like someone use their screen reader, it's pretty cool because
Yeah,
they're clicking like 20 different things at the same time,
right.
and the like the voice is going off at like
A
a
million
million
miles a
miles a minute.
minute.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's really cool that people have been able to use that technology. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Um, People have been able to use that technology so effectively and learn that because it's such a janky technology.
Right.
Like it shouldn't be like a learning curve,
But it
Like,
feels like a learning cliff. Like I know I saw this one Reddit post about this guy who just was recently losing his sight,
hmm
which already like that's a horrific thing to go
right,
through.
to have to go through that one and then have to learn a very difficult new technology.
Right. And it's like now you have to rethink the entire way you used a computer. And all the comments I saw in that post were basically like, yeah, that's just kind of how it is.
It shouldn't
Basically.
be that way. Like we
Right.
shouldn't be like settling for like, yeah, it's hard and it's just always going to be hard. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be hard.
Right. Like
Like
why do I have to memorize 10, 20 different things just to do
because
like
imagine
click on a button?
like the hotkeys, like having to
Yeah.
figure all that out. Like that's excessive.
And it's
You can I mean
dumb.
even if you like what if you can't see the hotkeys,
Right. And
like
then yeah, now you have to like
you have
memorize
to
where
memorize your
everything.
finger position. It's just not really like it's not helpful.
Right.
I mean, I guess technically eventually if you can learn it, but like you yeah, I mean, it takes time to learn that, and if you need
Mhm.
it now, it isn't like you have the ability to like learn all that immediately. And if you
Right.
need help or need something on the computer now to deal with all the hotkeys and stuff, it's just really hard. It'd be like nice if you had like a friend who was just 24/7 on call with you to
Yeah, and
work
then
your
he just
computer
does
for
it.
you.
And instead of like hitting tab, 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 tab
He
and
just tells
hearing
you
all
what's on
the
your computer
yeah.
and he does it all for you. Like that would be nice. That would be
Yeah.
nice.
Like especially for the children too.
Yes, kids
Because
who
if you
don't understand,
like
I mean,
if you don't know what a computer is, right? You've just been born and you're born blind. Well, you'll never be able to get to that same level of screen reader usage
right,
as someone who lost their vision.
right,
And that's
and
kind of
so
sad,
it is
right?
because it
So,
shouldn't be like it. Even screeners are for people who are blind, but like it shouldn't be like only people who had sight can use them or make it like it's easier for people who had sight. Like
mhm.
screen readers should be for everybody,
Right.
And so I guess technically, if you're born blind, you can learn how to use screen readers. It takes a long time. I'm sure you get used to it, but like again, it should be easier. It shouldn't be that hard to deal with working. I mean, compute. It's 2025. Like
Right.
Come on, it should be easy to work with
Like, I want
this
something
technology.
that's so easy to use that even people who aren't blind can use it. Like, we
Right,
everyone use closed captions. That's when you know you
right.
got, like, a good technology,
Right,
right?
because it's
Everyone uses it.
everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere has closed captions and it works. Right? You
Exactly.
can press a little button and immediately you have words on every platform, every TV, every screen you can find.
Mhm.
And that's great.
Right.
That's the point. We
Like,
need
the
something like
number
that.
of times that I just will not turn on the volume because my ears are tired or whatever, and
Mhm.
just listen to it, or, I mean, just read it.
Mhm.
I can't even count. There's so many people who just scroll on reels and they never have the volume on.
Right.
It's like it's a very common thing to do.
Right. I do
But
that
we
all the
don't
time.
have that. Could you imagine trying to use your computer, like, when your eyes are just tired and you're like, "I need to rest my eyes." You
Right.
can't do that. You
Right.
can't do anything
It's like
because
you
now
need to
you
kind of yeah, you need to rest your eyes, but you can't even like you can't because you have to be on your computer, right?
Right.
And so again, be nice if you just like said, please just
Do
order
the
me food,
stuff.
like do stuff for me,
Yeah.
like I don't, I don't want to worry about this. And
Uh,
again, if you're blind, it's even harder
right.
because not only do you have to be like going, you also have to figure out all the things. You have to be moving your hands, all this, like not easy. And if you like, for example, if you want to read to a news article, you have to hit all these hotkeys and then have it read to you. Brrr, like it's just not.
Right.
Or if you just want a summary, right? Like for example, sighted people can skim an article,
Mhm.
right? But if you're blind, you have to listen to the entire thing to get what's going on.
Yeah, and
And
then you're like,
so,
"Why didn't someone make a summary of this?" But
right,
maybe you should just have a summary for
right,
everything in the
exactly. What
technology.
if you could have like like, oh, this news article was about blah 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 blah, and then if you're interested, you could read the whole thing.
Right.
But current screeners don't allow that. It
I
doesn't.
just I hate this expectation for blind people to be exceptional just to like get by.
Right.
Right.
It shouldn't be that like it shouldn't be that hard.
Right.
It
Like, what if
should
I'm just a
be
normal person who also happens to be blind and I'm not exceptional? Because I'm not that exceptional, right?
right,
Like I'm
because
not
if
learning
you're
all
blind,
this stuff.
you're expected to be like amazing at technology
Right.
to be able to even get by, and it does like one, not everyone is, and two, not everyone's interested in that. Like people have other hobbies and desires in life that they don't want to
Yeah.
be wasting their time learning how to use this really complicated stuff when they'd rather be spending their time making music or doing any number of things.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of other better time spends
Hmm.
than learning a really obscure, difficult technology that really, at this point, should be improved.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, that's all, folks.
that's it. That's all we got.